Team 5 of 52 teams of 8 rival wisdoms. Help make America wiser and kinder with antique quotes that have passed the test of time to make humanity great, with words of wisdom to encourage, educate, and entertain generations for centuries. Give your kids a competitive edge with faster reading skills with timed practice videos, alpha cipher puzzles to learn letters, words and phrases, and repetitive easy math to help us all grow wiser and kinder.
Team Quote 5.1. Never cut what you can untie. Joseph Joubert, 1754–1824. This quote by Joseph Joubert, a French moralist, essayist, and philosopher of the Enlightenment period, offers a profound piece of wisdom about patience, restraint, and nuanced problem-solving. Joubert suggests that when faced with challenges or complications, one should first seek the most delicate and considerate approach. The metaphor of untying instead of cutting implies several important principles. 1. Preservation. Seek solutions that maintain the integrity of relationships, systems, or situations. 2. Patience. Take time to carefully and thoughtfully address complexities. 3. Wisdom. Recognize that forceful, irreversible actions can cause unnecessary damage. 4. Compassion. Approach problems with a gentler, more understanding perspective. As a philosopher known for his reflective and aphoristic writing, Joubert often explored the subtleties of human interaction and moral behavior. This quote reflects his belief in thoughtful, measured responses rather than hasty, destructive actions. The advice can be applied metaphorically to many aspects of life: personal relationships, professional challenges, conflict resolution, and personal decision-making. It encourages us to seek understanding, to be patient, and to look for solutions that preserve and respect the existing fabric of our connections and circumstances.
Team Quote 5.2. I may walk slowly, but I never walk backward. Abraham Lincoln, 1806 to 1865. This powerful quote by Abraham Lincoln encapsulates his philosophy of persistent progress and unwavering determination, even in the face of significant challenges. As the 16th President of the United States who led the country during its most severe constitutional, military, and moral crisis, the Civil War, Lincoln understood the importance of steady, deliberate forward movement. Quote suggests that progress, no matter how slow, is still progress, and that consistency and persistence are more important than speed. Lincoln's life embodied this principle. He faced numerous setbacks and failures before becoming president, including multiple electoral defeats, business failures, and personal tragedies. Yet, he continued to move forward, learning and growing from each experience. His political career and presidency were characterized by this same steady, determined approach to addressing the complex issues facing the nation. The metaphorical imagery of walking slowly but never backward implies 1. Continuous improvement. 2. Resilience in the face of obstacles. 3. Commitment to long-term goals. 4. Rejection of regression or retreat. It's a testament to Lincoln's character that he viewed progress as a deliberate, sometimes slow, but always forward-moving journey. Quote reflects his belief that meaningful change and personal growth require patience, persistence, and an uncompromising commitment to one's principles.
Team Quote 5.3. A heart to resolve, a head to contrive, and a hand to execute. Edward Gibbon, 1737–1794. This quote by Edward Gibbon, the renowned English historian best known for his seminal work, The History of the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, beautifully articulates the ideal combination of qualities needed for true achievement. Gibbon suggests that success requires a harmonious integration of 3 crucial attributes. 1. A heart to resolve, emotional courage and passion, the inner conviction and moral strength to commit to a purpose. 2. A head to contrive, intellectual capacity, the ability to strategize, plan, and think critically. 3. A hand to execute, practical skill, the capability to take action and transform ideas into reality. As a historian who meticulously studied leadership and human achievement, Gibbon understood that great accomplishments are not the result of a single trait, but the synergy of emotional commitment, intellectual planning, and practical action. This quote reflects the Enlightenment ideals of his era, which emphasized the balance of reason, emotion, and practical effort. It suggests that true effectiveness comes from aligning one's emotions, intellect, and physical abilities toward a common goal. Gibbon's own life exemplified this principle. His monumental historical work was the result of deep emotional passion for understanding history, rigorous intellectual analysis, and the disciplined execution of his extensive research and writing.
Team quote 5.4. Self-development is a higher duty than self-sacrifice. Elizabeth Stanton, 1815–1902. This profound quote by Elizabeth Cady Stanton, a pivotal leader of the women's rights movement in the United States, challenges traditional notions of personal duty and self-worth. Stanton, a key figure in the early women's suffrage movement, was revolutionary in her thinking about women's roles and individual potential. By asserting that self-development is a higher duty than self-sacrifice, she was pushing back against the societal expectations of her time that often demanded women completely subsume their own needs and aspirations for the sake of others. The quote suggests several important principles. 1. Personal growth is not selfish, but a fundamental responsibility. 2. Developing one's own capabilities is crucial to being able to effectively help others. 3. Individual potential should be nurtured, not suppressed. 4. Self-care and personal development are essential, not optional. As a social reformer, Stanton dedicated her life to expanding women's rights, challenging the legal and social constraints that limited women's opportunities. She was instrumental in organizing the Seneca Falls Convention in 1848, a pivotal moment in the women's rights movement, and worked tirelessly to secure women's right to vote, education, and personal autonomy. Her quote reflects a deeply progressive view that individual empowerment is not just a personal right, but a societal necessity. By developing oneself, one becomes more capable of contributing meaningfully to collective progress.
Team quote 5.5. Good, better, best. Never let it rest, till your good is better and your better is best. St. Jerome, 347 AD, 420 AD. This powerful quote by St. Jerome, an early Christian priest, theologian, and historian, is a profound call to continuous self-improvement and relentless pursuit of excellence. St. Jerome, best known for his translation of the Bible into Latin, the Vulgate, embodies the spirit of this quote in his own life's work. The statement presents a progressive model of personal development. 1. Good, an initial state of competence or achievement. 2. Better, continuous improvement beyond the initial state. 3. Best, the ultimate aspiration of peak performance. The quote suggests several key principles. Contentment is the enemy of growth. There is always room for improvement. Personal development is an ongoing process. Complacency should be actively resisted. The phrase, "never let it rest," is particularly powerful, implying constant, active pursuit of improvement, a dynamic approach to personal and professional development, rejection of static or passive existence, continuous self-challenge and self-criticism. In the context of St. Jerome's time, 4th to 5th century, this attitude would have been revolutionary. It reflects both Christian ideals of striving for perfection and the emerging intellectual dynamism of late antiquity. The quote transcends its historical context, remaining a timeless motivation for personal growth across various domains, whether in spiritual practice, intellectual pursuit, craft, or character development.
Team quote 5.6. Honest hearts produce honest actions. Brigham Young, 1801 to 1877. This quote by Brigham Young, a prominent Mormon leader and the second president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, emphasizes the fundamental connection between inner character and outward behavior. Young suggests that integrity is not just about actions, but about the core of one's being. The quote implies that genuine honesty stems from an authentic internal moral compass, and that true character is revealed through consistent, sincere actions that naturally flow from one's inner principles. As a significant historical figure who led Mormon pioneers to settle in Utah and served as the territorial governor, Young understood leadership as a reflection of personal integrity. The quote reflects a belief that moral character is not something one can simply put on and take off, but is instead a deeply ingrained aspect of an individual's essence. The philosophy embedded in this quote suggests that 1. Honesty is not a superficial trait, but a fundamental quality of character. 2. External actions are a direct manifestation of internal values. 3. Genuine integrity cannot be faked or compartmentalized. 4. Personal transformation begins with cultivating an honest heart. While Young was a controversial historical figure, known for both his leadership and his complex stance on social issues of his time, this quote speaks to a universal principle of personal authenticity and moral consistency.
Team Quote 5.7. An ounce of action is worth a ton of theory. Ralph Waldo Emerson, 1803 to 1882. This quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, a central figure of the Transcendentalist movement and one of America's most influential philosophers, captures his pragmatic approach to life and knowledge. Emerson, known for his essays on individualism, freedom, and the power of practical action, suggests that real-world experience and doing are far more valuable than endless speculation or theoretical discussion. The vivid metaphorical comparison, an ounce of action versus a ton of theory, emphasizes how even a small, concrete step is more meaningful than extensive intellectual deliberation. As a philosopher who champions self-reliance and personal initiative, Emerson believed that true understanding comes through direct engagement with life. The quote reflects several key principles. 1. Knowledge is most valuable when applied. 2. Practical experience trumps abstract reasoning. 3. Momentum comes from action, not planning. 4. Overthinking can be a form of inaction. This perspective was revolutionary for his time. It challenged the traditional academic approach that often prioritized theoretical knowledge over practical application. Emerson encouraged individuals to trust their own experiences, to act boldly, and to learn through doing. The quote is a call to movement, to break free from paralysis of analysis and to embrace active engagement with the world. It suggests that wisdom is not just about understanding, but about implementing that understanding in practical ways.
Team Quote 5.8. Little deeds are like little seeds, they grow to flowers or to weeds. Daniel D. Palmer, 1845 to 1918. This quote by Daniel D. Palmer, the founder of chiropractic medicine, offers a profound metaphorical insight into the power of small actions and their potential long-term consequences. Palmer uses the botanical metaphor of seeds to illustrate how seemingly insignificant actions can develop into something much larger, either positively, flowers, or negatively, weeds. The quote suggests that 1. No action is truly inconsequential. 2. Small choices can have significant, sometimes unexpected outcomes. 3. Our daily habits and minor decisions shape our future. 4. Personal growth and character are built through consistent, small actions. As the founder of chiropractic medicine, Palmer was himself a practitioner of transformative thinking. He believed in the body's inherent ability to heal and grow, much like his metaphorical seeds. His quote reflects a holistic view of personal development, suggesting that life is not shaped by grand, dramatic moments, but by the accumulation of small daily choices. The wisdom in this quote transcends its original context, offering a universal principle about personal responsibility, potential, and the cumulative nature of our actions. It encourages mindfulness in even the smallest of our daily decisions, recognizing that these can ultimately determine the landscape of our lives.
Free easy extra advantage math, spelling and reading workbooks you can download for free at stop2think.com or buy at educationstopshate.com. Free easy math wisdom workbooks with octa repetition to grow math self-confidence. You'll get plenty of repetitive practice of age ranges and averages of our 52 teams of 8 quote authors. Free easy alpha cipher-coded puzzles teach letters, numbers and phrases using antique wisdoms that encourage and educate. Can you decode this cipher quote of encouragement using either our learning to spell or just for fun instructions? And since time is money, practice reading faster with 52 teams of antique rival wisdoms that have passed the test of time to encourage, educate and entertain generations for centuries. We offer printed versions and timed videos with background music. Sign up for free weekly emails of 52 teams of antique rival wisdom workbooks with easy math, spelling and reading practice. And, if you'd like to get paid for sharing our wearable wisdoms, keep this in mind. Everyone I know wears a shirt, and most of us change them daily, so change your shirt and change the world. Social equalities are blatantly subliminal antique positive wisdoms repetitively shared without saying a word. This applies to all our wearable shareable wisdoms, like pretty witty baby onesies and baby tees that you and others will see and read multiple times a day. The same is true with pretty witty kids, but they'll also share these wisdoms with anyone that can read at daycare or school. Youthful truths let your kids gain confidence sharing antique wisdoms with their friends. Imagine them sharing words of wisdom with classmates and teachers. Therefore I think tees I wear is a super easy way to share words of wisdom that have passed the test of time. Our social equalities help make us all wiser and kinder with blatantly subliminal messages promoting a more fair and equal opportunity society for all. And don't forget our giftwisdoms.com for birthdays and holidays that makes it easy to share the wisdom with clothing, coffee mugs, and magnets. So do the future a favor by encouraging, educating, and entertaining with words of wisdom that have passed the test of time to make us all wiser and kinder. With wearable wisdoms to fit babies, kids, and adults, you can clothe a whole family, city, or state. Join the 52 of 8 today.